You know, there are so many images I recall during my 40-plus years reporting the news, but there is one image that haunts me. Almost 40 years ago, in a series of reports on homeless teenagers, I documented a 16-year-old girl living on the streets of Portland with her little baby boy. I never forgot those two faces. So, almost 4 decades later, I went searching for them. What happened to them? Their inspirational story in tonight's Jeff's Journal.
I was very scared. I didn't know the first thing about being a mother.
Shawn Marie Baker is sitting at my computer looking at her past, something very hard for her to watch. What goes through your mind when you're looking at this?
Fear. Fear.
Before I show you what Shawn is looking at, I need to take you back to 1986.
Last fall, many of you watched my special report on Portland's homeless population. And while that report focused on adults on Portland streets, tonight I begin a special report looking at the children who call the street home.
In a series of reports back then on Portland street kids, I featured a young girl nicknamed Feather, a 16-year-old girl with an infant child named Hunter, mother and child living on the streets. At dinner time, Heather would feed Hunter at a downtown Salvation Army shelter for homeless kids called Greenhouse. Shawn Marie was that teenage mother, and we met up once again almost 40 years later to look back on those times.
Just being out there with a little one, trying to take care of myself and him at the same time, it was really scary. I wasn't just trying to raise my son, I had an addiction at that time too.
As Shawn Marie looks at her past, she remembers sleeping with Hunter out on the streets, in doorways, at the park. The Salvation Army Greenhouse was where they could go for a meal in the evening, but there were no beds there. Occasionally, she would sleep in a cheap hotel.
I'm staying at a hotel, which I've got no bathroom or no kitchen here. So that's really hard because it's hard to give Hunter a bath when he needs it.
Over the decades, Shawn raised Hunter the best she could, battled addiction, overdosed on heroin 3 times, was addicted to meth, but she overcame her demons and has been addiction-free for more than 6 years. And it's amazing to me that I'm sitting here now and you've overcome so much in your lifetime.
I'm surprised I'm sitting here, actually. I didn't think I'd make it this far.
But Shawn did make it, and as for little baby Hunter, he's all grown up.
So I actually just completed my master's so about a year ago, this last September, in cybersecurity engineering.
Baby Hunter is now 38 and very successful, working for Microsoft. I asked Hunter what goes through his mind when he looks back on the images from decades ago of his 16-year-old mother feeding him at the Greenhouse shelter.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a baby, like looking at her, at how young she is and what she's going through and stuff. And, I feel for her and the struggles that she was having at that time, that she's had throughout her life. But at the same time, it just makes me even more proud of her today. 'Cause she's put in so much work to, get clean and get her life sorted and stuff. So, yeah, it's tough to look back and see on that, but for the most part, I'm just really proud of where she's at now.
Hunter says he doesn't really remember being a toddler living out on the streets, but every once in a while, something triggers a distant memory.
Things can trigger memories though, like smells, things like that. Like I worked in downtown Portland for a while, and sometimes walking under Burnside Bridge to get to the office, like that smell would kind of like bring back like emotions and memories and stuff. So like in that sense, I could remember stuff at times, yeah, but a lot of it's kind of a blur.
But Shawn Marie does remember. Those memories have never left her. This must really take you back. Here we are when you were a 16-year-old girl with a little baby. This is where you came for help and support.
Yes, to this building. Brings back a lot of memories being here.
As we walk in front of the building that once housed Greenhouse so many years ago, Shawn Marie told me about overcoming addiction, that it starts with loving yourself and forgiveness. I asked her, if you could go back in time, what would you tell that scared 16-year-old mother living on the street?
Go home. Go home. Go back to school. This isn't the life. This isn't the life for a young girl. This isn't the life for a young girl with a baby.
As for Hunter, he is proud of his mother overcoming her struggles and says he always knew no matter what how much she loved him, and he loved her even more.
Unfortunately, my mom she's a sweetheart. She's a genuinely really good person, but living the life that she had lived, that can kind of get beat out of a person, and you can experience a lot of harshness. So I think I always just tried to show my mom, no matter what, I was here for her. I love her, and that's never going to change.
I just love that picture at the end, and Shawn Marie joins me. So good to see you. And the way we reunited after these 40 years, that story haunted me from way back when. And it was great to reunite with you and baby Hunter, who's now 38 years old. But you told me at the time, there was a time, you didn't even think you would be sitting here next to me.
No. I was so far into my addiction, I didn't think I'd make it to the age I am. I figured my mom would have buried me by now.
I can't imagine what it was like being 16, living on the streets with a baby. You must have been petrified.
I was horrified. Didn't know from one day to the next, am I going to be able to feed my son? Is somebody going to take him from me? Is something going to happen to me? I mean, it was a struggle.
Well, I tell you, you raised a real jewel of a son. And maybe it wasn't the way most people raise a baby, but he overcame a lot, didn't he? And
yes.
His maturity at understanding that you were going through so much, but he continued to love you.
Yes, I'm very proud of him.
And he's got a master's degree?
I know.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
I'm amazed.
You have overcome a lot, and you just kept persevering, and your determination. And I want to show everyone at home, we're about to award you the Coin Inspiration Award. It says, Shawn Baker, your story of determination and perseverance is inspirational. May your life journey always be an example for others to follow. And I want to present this to you, Shawn.
Thank you.
And I talked to Hunter just the other day, and he is so proud of you. And, life is a funny thing. It's not a bowl of cherries for a lot of folks, and
No.
it certainly was not for you.
No.
But no matter what happened through addiction, you kept overcoming, and you've been clean and sober going on 7 years now. I mean, over 6 years.
Yeah, almost 7 years, yeah.
Okay, well, I love you, you know that, and you've been part of my journey. And it was wonderful meeting you, and wonderful to update everyone about your story here. All right, one more hug.
Okay.
All right. Shawn Baker, or Coin 6 Inspiration Award winner. You've got a place to put that?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Okay. All right, Elizabeth, I'll send it back to you.
Jeff, thank you for sharing Shawn's story. And Shawn, thank you for sharing a little bit more. Love to see that.